Hello, and welcome to the Gaia update for the new moon in Virgo that happens on September 6th and 7th, 2021. Well, there's a very powerful energy for this new moon in Virgo as Mars and Venus come into a semi-sextile, meaning they're one sign apart at the same degree. And at that moment, when they're one sign apart and the same degree, they're both making aspects to Pluto on the same day, here at the time of this new moon in Virgo. So this is really interesting astrology because our personal planets, Venus, our feminine planet, Mars, our masculine planet, both interacting with Pluto. Now, Venus is in a tense square with Pluto, and this always brings energy of judgment and self-judgment, and energy is of feeling persecuted and controlled, the feminine. And so it's really interesting because the feminine has been attacked in our world by the patriarchal structures. And now we know that in order to move forward in our evolution, we have to come back into that perfect balance. And so Mars in trine to Pluto, Mars in Virgo in trine to Pluto, is lending a hand to Venus in Libra in square to Pluto. Now, it's really powerful because these planets are also triggering, since they're interacting with Pluto, they're interacting with Neptune, who is in a sextile relationship with Pluto. This is a really powerful energy around jimmying the lock on the lower contrived reality, escaping the matrix, because Neptune in Pisces is this dream, the oneness, consciousness, God, spirituality, service, but that was absconded with in the Piscean age when the structures of spirituality and all structures, political structures, financial structures, put a chokehold on the light and persecuted the light and used the collective consciousness energy of the Piscean age for groupthink, fear, terror, trauma, and in order to control humanity, right? Now, Pluto in Capricorn represents these structures of authority, structures of power. And so these sextile is 60 degrees apart, 2 signs over, right? And it's got a really sweet energy of like creation energy working in this dynamic geometrical way to bring us solutions, open the door, crack the code, see behind the curtain, right? Perfect energy for the apocalypse of this time, and a very harmonious, supportive energy. So here we have this like Venus and Mars working together, right? So this is a big message for humanity right now. It's like, can we come together and work together? Because Pluto in Capricorn has this energy of like going up against authority and false authority structures and where we've given our power away. And so it's about breaking the chains of these authority contracts. And so Venus is going up in that tension energy saying, like enough of this. And then Mars is in a beautiful, sweet trine saying, lending a hand to the feminine, right? We can come together. And now Mars in trine to Pluto has an energy. Mars and Pluto are power planets, right? Both rulers of Scorpio. And this energy is about nonviolent protest, right? It's about using our warrior. Mars is our warrior, our masculine, our fighter, but in a way of just standing in truth, And it's like, is it time, humanity, for us to join together? We've been in this divide and conquer agenda for so long, and now it's time to stand together in the strength of our unity. We, the people, have the power. And everything is speaking to this. And so it's like super dynamic. Now, this is all happening at this Virgo new moon. And the Virgo new moon is happening at the new moon is when the sun and the moon come together. It's kind of like a joining of forces. So it still has that energy to it of we're talking about of like working together. New moons represent a new start. Now in Virgo, right in the center of Virgo, this new moon happens at 14 degrees, 38 minutes of Virgo. So almost 15 degrees right there in the middle. So it's kind of like this energy of the middle road, and a full expression of the Virgo energy, which is Virgo has to do with healing. And so because of the place we're at in this planetary evolution, this Virgo new moon, especially with the complementary forces working together, it's about an activation of the healers, planetary healers. And so this is... it's like, so now the other thing that's happening is really powerful is that for this new moon, Black Moon Lilith will be exactly conjunct the North Node in Gemini. Now, Black Moon Lilith is the furthest away that the Earth or that the moon gets in its orbit from Earth, right? And so this is the deepest, darkest secrets of the dark side of the moon. It represents all of the deepest, dark, hidden things. In Gemini, it's about expression, though, right? And we know that we are stuck here, kind of, until we get more truth. You know, like our whole world is based on lies, and everything's a lie right now. And it's really disconcerting. And we have this very clear thing. Well, it's like we got to have this exposure of darkness in order to get over this hump. We can't go any further in our evolution. We've hit the end of the road until we get some truth. But the evolution, the ascension, the energies coming in, this experience we're going through in activation is actually this just like the light coming in. And so it's like the exposure of the darkness inevitably must happen, you know, and we can feel this and it's very uncomfortable. And then knowing all the lies, you know, just this feeling of not being able to really find any solid ground. And it's part of the mystery of these times that we're in. And so it's like all of this truth and dark truths need to come into the light and be exposed, and they will. And that's just what's happening. Nothing can stop it. The times we're in is the revelation, and what's being revealed is these dark truths of the control that humanity has been under from outside forces for thousands of years. And now we're breaking free. And humanity is standing up and standing together and being like, yeah, not on our watch. We're not going to let this shit go on. But the revealing of the darkness needs to happen, right? But the message coming in right now is also, it's like along with that comes a revealing of great light, right? And the revealing of great light is this exposure of the potential of humanity. Now, this really fits energies of leaders that have been kind of protected and hidden behind the scenes. You know, bright souls here to inspire us and lead the way. And so it's like a revealing of this light, of new technologies, of forces for good that have been working for good and for life and to support humanity from behind the scenes. And part of the exposure of the light is supernova potential, right? So in the Piscean age, the healers in general, true healers, true energetic healers, and those that were wanting to support life were persecuted, you know? And so it's kind of like the control energies were hoping that these advanced souls would stay hidden in shame. And this is about everything that you've been going through, supernova soul, for these past lifetimes, but in years, recent years. It's coming out from under that. And so part of the exposure that needs to happen, not just the dark, but the light. And this is the healers, our planetary healers, our front line, our advanced souls, supernovas. Like, here we are, showing ourselves to the world, coming out from under that. Now, this is Virgo. Virgo is about cleaning up. It's about healing. It's about sorting through. It's about integrity. It's about mental discrimination, purity. And so it's like a purification of the whole identity as a healer from the past, dropping all of those stories, so that the light of you and who you are as an advanced soul can be exposed. Now, this Black Moon Lilith North Node is really powerful, because it's like the North Node in Gemini is saying, this is how it's the North Node of the Moon. This is how we're going to get forward. This is the only way forward. This is our direction, and it has to do with expression. Black Moon Lilith, the darkest hidden dark. And then across the way, we've got Sagittarius South Node. So Black Moon Lilith opposite the Sagittarius South Node, and that's everything that's keeping us in the past too, is all these old stories. And so that trauma and the shame, and it keeps us completely hidden. It's kept us completely hidden from ourselves even. And there is a great revealing happening. And part of that is who you really are, your true identity. It's wild. It's this bigger self, right? It's trying to land home. And it's actually your unique way of expressing the God mind. Anyway, so Black Moon Lilith North Node is like the only way forward is truth. The only way forward is exposure of the darkness. And maybe, of course, exposure of the light. Now, Mercury in Libra is in an exact trine to the North Node and Black Moon Lilith for this new moon. Really powerful. Mercury, having just a few days ago moved over into the sign of Libra. This is a big shift for us, because Mercury will be taking a retrograde and staying in Libra through the middle into November. And so this is our next period of time that we're looking at here, this Mercury retrograde cycle in Libra. And as Mercury moves into its retrograde shadow here on the day of this new moon, it comes into an opposition with Chiron and Aries. So it will come into that opposition again as it turns direct. So at the end of October is when that happens, October 18th. So then Mercury comes out of its retrograde shadow not until November 3rd. So this is a very crucial period of time, because Mercury in Libra, Mercury is our mind, it's our mental things, and Mercury retrograde is about rethinking things, right? And Mercury in Libra wants harmony and balance and perfect balance, and this inviting this energy of the garden of peace and harmony. But Mercury opposite Chiron, which is the wounds over where we've given away our life force, there's an energy of like really having to re-examine where we've chosen surface level peace and harmony while we ignored the darkness, We ignored what was going on. We couldn't handle it. We're traumatized. You're advanced soul. You're sensitive. We just did the best we could. But humanity in general has been ignoring and complacent and, kind of like, oh, it's okay, right? Now, because Libra wants peace so bad. But this Mercury retrograde in Libra is saying, is that surface level peace worth the cost of shutting down your voice, giving away your power? Conceding to the evil forces that want to do horrible things to keep us in chains. This is something, it's like the dark things that are going to be revealed around like child trafficking and satanic ritual abuse and all that stuff. That is all done to try to affect the psyche of the collective humanity to keep us from evolving. And we are so beyond that vibration. And so no way, there's no other way forward. Black Moon Lilith, North Node, Mercury and Libra in trine, opposite Chiron. No other way forward than to face this darkest dark but with it comes the lightest light. And that's you. So really powerful energies here, and a big shift as we move into this Mercury retrograde shadow. It's kind of like a rethinking of everything. And how do we get to true peace and harmony, right? Exposure of the dark, exposure of the light. And what does this mean, exposure? Revelation, evidence. Right now, we are in a period of time of this healing crisis, meaning like, energetic changes are happening, and now we're seeing the effect of that remedy of new vibrational frequency, and our physical world must adjust. Our physical world must heal. And what we're seeing now is this evidence of the healing. So don't let yourself get the black pill and go down into the dumps, because that's where they want you. That's when they use your energy to create their dark agenda. We need to step up and stand in this truth of this revelation of light, claim our power in each moment as we begin to exercise the revealing of our own light, meeting who we really are, the activation of our God mind that we came here to experience and express. And I'll tell you one thing, existence is full of joy. It's ecstatic. And so where we're not able to access that energy, that's programming and control. And it's like there's kind of an energy of the pineal gland, and we know how key this is to everything. But really what it is, it's not about, spiritual ascension and, my higher power, and I can have visions and have my psychic powers and all that. It's like your pineal gland is the key to joy. And there's a massive attack on the glandular system. And it's no mistake that the glandular system is so important in our spiritual activation. And so we have to know that all these forces that are working against this light body activation that we are experiencing, this second birth, this transfiguration, nothing can stop it. This energy, this light, this God mind is so much more powerful. It's everything. It created everything. And it's so much more powerful. So keep your energy there. Notice when you're pulled down into the dumps and be like, is that the programming? And then little by little, you'll be able to say, this is my mind, my emotions, my spirit. I will set it where I deem fit. And, we inch our way up back into claiming this big light, this big joy, the truth of who we are, the exposure, So it's really powerful to see that all the dark and all the lies and all the uncomfortable cognitive dissonance that we're dealing with right now, there's also like lies in your own psyche, and the big lie, which is like that you're not the powerful spiritual being that you are. So all will be revealed, and it's time to shine and be in that place of joy. What we're doing here is so much bigger than any of this play of the lower Maya. And you're on the miracle team. So be in the miracle, right? As much as you can. And ask for any implants or programming that's interfering with your activation of your birthright of joy to be released. Because you're in charge. You are a sovereign being by birth in a body. The whole reason that the control energies have sought to disconnect the soul from the body through psychological programming, through drug addiction, through abuse, through suicide, it's because a human soul connected in their body and aware in their consciousness is the greatest power. And so it's the greatest story. and it's being revealed and it's being exposed. And we need to focus on the light that's being exposed and let the house of cards that is the darkness disintegrate. And, art of war, let your enemies, this is art of war stuff right now with this, our warrior in trine to Pluto. It's like he's over there having this nonviolence, standing in his truth. And this is allowing the feminine to feel empowered, to know that she's okay without all that control energy. She's safe, she's welcome, she's heard, she's healed, she's loved. And this is our power. Our power is when we come together in that balance of masculine and feminine and in our unity. So as conscious souls. And so here we are. We're in the revealing, live and breathe and be in that energy. This is a psychological game and you're winning. So much love to you, supernova souls. Happy new moon in Virgo. I hope you'll consider joining this new moon activation. It's going to be on 5 p.m. on Sunday, September 6th, U.S. Mountain Time. What's come through around this new moon in Virgo, very interesting. And it might have to do with this reset, this middle of Virgo new moon and the energies, the planetary energies, the revealing we're in right now, the revealing of the true healer, is allowing for some past life pictures, some Akashic Records downloads to come through. So you don't want to miss this activation if you're ready to see who you were and remember who you are. Because something about this, we just keep getting this message about this Virgo new moon. So I hope to see you there for that live activation. If you can't make the live time, it can't work for every time zone. And we're working outside of time. So just know that when you can get to that activation, you can be a part of that energy. Your questions are answered. The experience is there for you, even live, even on the replay. So I look forward to seeing you soon. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend, Labor Day weekend in the U.S. and Virgo new moon. And I'll see you on the other side. Until then, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.